We're thriving with the big fucking.
I can't believe that whole time the podcast couldn't hear you at all because you guys were muted. I'm fucking
Yeah,
fired.
you're a fucking gem.
I am a gym. What did we talk about so far? We talked about
Podcast.
Kira saying fuck the podcast. The name of the podcast will be switched. We're gonna make it the keep for this week. Because there is already a podcast named Nerd Kingdom, and I don't want any like conflicts with anybody because of naming. So we're gonna go ahead and make the podcast the Keep podcast. If you guys have any suggestions, you can leave them in. You can leave them down below, either in the feedback on Spotify or in the comments on YouTube, depending on where you're listening / watching. What else should we talk about?
We said we were gonna come up with topics for this week, and none of us have done that.
And none of us did.
Uh,
So,
well, let's start off with a little bit of I guess, like, how's you guys' day been? What you guys been up to? Little bit of
I woke up at 6
small talk.
a.m. I ate some food. I fell back asleep and woke up at 4.
That sounds healthy as hell.
hey,
I'm
it's
proud of
healthy.
you.
It's healthier than me. I fucking slept until 3 p.m.
God,
Sorry.
I'm literally gonna like buy remote inject fucking adrenaline shots for you guys, and I'm gonna wake up at. I woke up at fucking 4:45 this morning, right? Got dressed, got ready to go fishing, left the house at 5:15, got out to my mom's house about 6, and then went fishing till about 8, and then went back to my grandma's house, got there about 9:30ish, and then attempted to swim for a little bit, but I was like freezing my ass off. So then we went and rode 4-wheelers till about 3 p.m. So yeah.
Wow, you guys can really tell which one of us is like responsible, getting up and actually staying up the whole day. Shit.
Oh, I want to die. I need sleep. What about you, Mister? You know, other than you done anything in between your nap and now, other than stream?
Well, I did start. Give me 1 second. I did start rereading the Aragon series recently.
Hey yo.
It is rather entertaining. Apparently, we've had 4 plays by 4 separate people in the last week on Spotify, which is dope.
Yep.
That is 4 people who listen to us probably for about an hour.
I know 2 of them.
Kira knows 2 of them. Let's go. Kira out here promoting the podcast.
I didn't watch it at all.
Imagine not watching your own content. We have 3 followers on Spotify.
Sir, I don't even like hearing my own voice when I talk, okay? So I don't think that I could sit down and watch videos that involve me whatsoever.
Imagine not watching your own content. Wow.
I will say, as far as content goes, I mean, this isn't really like gaming content, but I have started writing manga again.
Nice.
I'm trying to stay on top of it this time and not get distracted.
I'm still struggling to figure out what other content I want to post. Like, I don't know what to make for. Shut the fuck up, Kira. Nobody wants to see me naked. Come on. Nobody.
That's a lie, sir. I have one person in mind.
Okay, you have one person. There's one person who would like to see me naked. Nobody else wants to see me naked.
Off topic. So the new Mortal Kombat game is supposed to come out, I think, at some point this year. And the first set of DLC characters have just dropped, like the combat pack was leaked or whatever, and apparently it is going to contain Homelander and Omni-Man and Peacekeeper.
The only
So that's
one
pretty
of those
cool.
I know is Omni-Man. It is the only one from a show that I have actually sat down and watched.
Yeah, that's like the three main big hitters. The other three are returning Mortal Kombat characters that probably should have just been in the roster from the start.
Mortal Kombat. I can't wait to start watching Jeb's videos on it.
Dude, for real.
That's
I've been
the
watching
only
him play Black Ops 2 and shit.
That's the only interaction I ever really have with Mortal Kombat is watching Jeb fuck people up.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest things that's being talked about in the Destiny verse right now is the
Controversy?
controversial topic that should devs talk to us because of all the threats they're getting.
Honestly,
At
the
this
Destiny
point, I don't think so.
the Destiny community, like the Destiny devs in particular, probably shouldn't. And I know we're gonna get a lot of flack for this, but people receiving death threats, getting stalked, and everything else because they worked on a game that somebody wasn't happy with is absolute bullshit. If you're not happy with the game, don't play the fucking game. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like it goes deeper with that in the Destiny community because so many people lost their jobs, their fucking families to playing the damn game. And that it's all that they've got, man. It's
I
fucking
don't give a fuck.
terrible. No, I know. I'm not saying what they're doing is right, but it's the only thing that they fucking have in their life, and they have all the time in the fucking world to sit there and bitch about the game. It's
Like, let's be honest.
fucking
Like,
so
I love
upsetting.
Destiny. I defended it for a long time, even like to the point of ignorance. But like, I never once threatened anyone's life just because I didn't get what I wanted. That's just stupid.
If you can sit there and see no problems threatening somebody's life over a video game, then you have a problem. And I'm not talking like the old school Xbox 360 banter where, you know, people would do whatever. But when you're like literally, not ironically, threatening to kill somebody or to bring bodily harm to somebody, it's just not okay.
Yep.
Which leads
I
me to my
realize.
other point. This says no correlation towards the devs. I'm not threatening their lives, but the Solstice event is very underwhelming. For anyone who plays Destiny, if you think you're missing out, you're not. My biggest tip that I can give anyone in this, if you want the weapons, go for it. If you want the outfits, literally log in on all three of your characters, talk to Eva or whatever the fuck her name is, the nice old lady. I'll just
Space
call her
Gilf.
that. Yeah, Space Guild. Talk to her. She will give you all three sets base, and they are good enough without the glows. You don't have to spend money. You get them for free. Then you can go to Robot Mommy, and you could
Transmog.
Data one, baby.
yeah, you could transmog them for free. So, in my opinion, the event sucks. Don't waste your money, but don't send death threats for it sucking. I think that, you know, it's just the model that's, I mean, like, that affects 1% of the Destiny community. Because there's a lot of people out there that are like, I love this, you know, and that's good for you. I don't want to shit on what you love. It's just not for me. I'm not, if I had the money, I wouldn't spend it on the event because there's just no point. So,
Honestly, if you want the Bungie devs to listen, stop putting your credit card information into the fucking game.
thanks.
That
They're not gonna listen.
if you want them to talk to us too, you probably shouldn't threaten them. Like, honestly, if you care about the video game enough that you're willing to threaten and stalk and everything else as specific dev or dev team or whatever, put down the game. Go touch grass. I don't care. Go touch grass. Go do something with your life. Get out of your mom's basement and fucking do something. Like, I'm talking from somebody who's, like, objective in life is to become a game developer. Like, that is the end goal of me getting my degree right now. I want to finish my programming degree and then go on to game making and then become a game developer. I don't want to have to worry about somebody disliking my game and having to worry over my life or, you know, if I have a family, my family's life or anything else like that. Because somebody didn't like my game. Get the fuck out of here. Go play something else. On the completely opposite side of the Destiny devs, you have the Diablo devs. Have you guys seen?
Who hurt them? Did you see how shook those motherfuckers were yesterday?
Oh my god.
Somebody hurt them.
Not only that, but did you see the Twitter screenshot? There was, I guess it was a dev. I don't know. I didn't look too far into it. Everybody was saying it was a dev. But somebody was like, can we get an option to disable PvP? Like,
Oh my god, yes.
and the dev he's like, just stay out of the part of the map that's labeled Fields of Hatred.
But I want to explore the whole
Actually,
map that I paid
Hold
for.
on, because
Yeah.
hold on, 'cause you have to enable it in order to play PvP.
No.
Did you not know that?
After you hit level 50, it's automatic. The Fields of Hatred is automatically enabled.
Oh, I didn't know that, Bubba's.
Yeah, once you hit level 50 or finish the campaign, whatever it is. I think it's finish the campaign, not hit level 50. I think once you finish the main campaign, Fields of Hatred are automatically enabled. And I'm sitting over here like, are people actually having problems with PvP? I've been through the Fields of Hatred plenty of times, and I've not fought a single other player.
No, my druid, because I ran through the Field of Hatred without paying attention. I had a level 70 rogue challenge me, and I didn't know what was happening. I thought he was an ad, right? So I killed him, and then it's like, oh, there's an ear on the ground, and I was like, what the fuck? And it had his gamer tag on it, so it's still in my vault. I kept his ear.
You
Got
kept
some
his ear.
random homies here.
But, like, I have not had a single instance where I've had to PvP with somebody. Like, I've been through the Fields of Hatred, you know, finding the entire map, doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I've been through the Fields of Hatred plenty. Why is it, like, other people are having problem? I've not PvP'd once. I once helped a guy do an event in the Fields of Hatred. And had to force myself not to attack him because he had a red bar over top of his name. Over top of his head.
And if you're so worried about PvP, squat up, get friends, or
Facts.
touch grass, whichever.
Or just stay out of the Fields of Hatred. But
I mean,
yeah,
no, you know what? Usually I would meme like on it. That's actually logical. Stay the fuck out of it. Why
Yeah.
do they gotta change it for you?
yeah. Why do
'Cause
they
it's not
gotta change
affecting
it for
mine.
you? Like, you know, no matter what you're doing, you don't really have to enter the Fields of Hatred. Or if you do, you could just run through on your horse. Like if you're going for Lilith statues or whatever, just run to the Lilith statue on your horse. Like nobody's going out of their way to fight somebody who's just passing through on their horse. If you're just standing around looking for people to fight, you might find people to fight. But if you're just going through, if you're just passing through, I feel like most of the Diablo community is just going to let you go. Like, they're not just going to, like, stand in your way or whatever.
No, I mean, we do have an elitist community within Diablo, but it's so minuscule that it doesn't matter.
I'm sure there is an elitist, like, community, but at the same time, Who cares? Like, oh, I died to this guy once in PvP. Oh, well, I guess I'll just continue on with what I was doing, you know? Like, it's not like it matters that much.
No, PvP is such a small part to the game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I know that guy's there. I guess I'll just go around him now. Like, I mean, sure, call the person who killed you a dickhead. It's not really going to change anything, but you can call him a dickhead.
Facts.
Thoughts on the new Diablo season so far? Baku, I know you've been having a hard time deciding on who you're going to play or what you're going to play.
Shouldn't be that hard. So one thing I'm upset about, like logically speaking, right? Like I'm pretty pissed that I had to switch my character like not one, not twice, but like almost 3 times because the nerfs they did were so bad that I can't even play the character that I genuinely want to play this season. And for everyone telling me, "Oh, well, I mean, just play it, bro." Shut the fuck up, Steven. Okay? I don't want to sit here and play a class to where if I get fucking looked at sideways, I'm gonna die. Okay? So I'm just gonna play the overpowered necromancer. That's what I'm doing right now, actually, during the podcast.
You're playing in the podcast. This fucking guy, fire him.
Hey man, gamer. I'm a gamer.
Nah,
No,
you're a
it's cool.
fake
You just
gamer.
carry
Emma's
me,
the
so-
real gamer.
Seeing her trying to play Diablo, bro. And then she got a hold of my scuff controller and was like, I want to play Destiny, because she asked me about it. She actually remembered and was like, Daddy, why don't you play Destiny anymore? And I had to try to explain it to her. It's like, well, baby, you know, sometimes people just like other games. And she goes, well, I want to play Destiny. And I was like, okay, cool. Dude, my first game on, like, she obviously thought she was playing. I dropped a 1.7 KD, and then she was like, I want to try it by myself. She didn't get a single kill all 10 games that she played, but she tried her little heart out. I felt so bad. I was like, you want Daddy to help you? No, I can do it. She's like, I'm doing really good, I think. And I just didn't have the heart to be like, no, you're trash, kid.
God damn.
She's 6, so anybody listening to that, that's a total joke. I mean, I would never really smack talk my kid like that, but
Oh man. Shit. People
yeah,
are...
the new season's okay. It's just, I don't know.
The new season's alright. It sucks that they did all the nerfs. And people rip them apart for it enough, so I'm not even gonna be like, you know,
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna be toxic about it. Like, yeah, it sucks, but I'm still gonna play the game. It's not gonna stop me from playing the game.
Right, like I'm over here talking shit, and I'm trying to act like I don't have 2 characters level 25 plus right now.
Yeah, like he's
This
fucking
season,
addicted.
I am. I can't help it, man. It's so fun. Like, dude, and the fact that I have people to play with this time makes it even better, because my whole Diablo 3 career, except for like the end of it, I basically played by myself.
Nope, I'm here now. Kira, what about you? I know you've been playing some zombies and Borderlands and stuff. You play anything else this week? Fortnite?
That's really about it.
That's really about it.
Been watching YouTube and shit.
I'd say Kira's boring, but he has like an actual job and stuff, so I can't even rag on him for not being around.
Yeah, since I started working, like especially like longer hours and shit again, I've had no motivation to do anything after I get off work. I just come home and just watch YouTube.
Just watch YouTube, lay in bed, and fucking chill. I feel it, honestly.
I mean, I respect it.
Laundry or dishes or whatever else.
Yeah,
that
do
needs
whatever
to be
chores
done.
you have and fucking...
But he's never too busy for us. We asked him if he could get on into the podcast, and here he is.
Yeet. Though, I don't think he ever responded to my Snapchat. Oh, he did, I think. I don't know.
You didn't respond to my Snapchat.
Oh, it was me who didn't respond? Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad. I got caught up in streaming and whatever else. What else? What did Little Man say we should talk about the other day? About to get us all canceled real quick. Don't mind me.
He was basically saying, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna pull this up, and we're about to
I'm
get
pretty sure it
fucking
said
shit
this
on."
will get Baku canceled. That's what it said.
Yeah, we're gonna have to muzzle Baku's ass right now.
Yeah, about to mute Baku real quick. Don't mind me.
What? I have
He
the voice.
said, "Why is everyone so scared to have a real conversation? Why can't purple agree?" Or I guess that's supposed to mean people. But he says, "Why can't people agree to disagree and still be cool with each other? And
Because
why can't people believe and support why or what they want without others causing a scene about it?"
because the world is soft. It's so fucking soft. Are you kidding me? I grew up with black eyes, getting my ass whooped. Like,
Let's-
and these kids are.
Let's start with why is everyone so scared to have a real conversation? The reason everybody's scared to have a real conversation is because you don't know, as Baku was saying, who is soft and who is going to get offended at every word you say. The moment they know that you don't completely agree with them is the moment
You're a terrible person.
everything you say is horrible.
That's just like, for instance, that offends me. You know what you just said just offends me.
Shut the fuck
Bro.
up, Baku.
No,
All right,
tell me to
let's
shut
be
the.
let's be surreal here. Let's
Yeah,
let's have a genuine conversation about the topic at hand without,
I'm not gonna get
purposefully trying
specifically
to piss
into
people
like
off.
yeah, I'm gonna try not to piss people off. So we're not gonna like go into like specific controversial things that are going on.
The face that Baku just made a minute ago when I said that, I felt him trying to punch through the monitor and fucking knock me out in my chair, dude.
For those who are listening right now, Baku just zipped his lips and threw away the key. Just so the audio listeners know, he's doing it again. Just all right. So again, back on the the first topic. I'm not gonna say who, what group, because it's no specific group of people. It is almost everybody these days. You cannot say something that they disagree with without getting attacked and canceled. I'm not going to give specific examples because, again, I'm trying not to specifically piss anybody off, and my opinions are my own.
This is gonna be like a broad, kind of just out there statement, kind of covering all three of these questions. But I feel like with a lot of the things that people get genuinely upset over, it's those people grasping to find a reason that they are unique, whether it be through certain other things that are just kind of, I'm not, that's hard to word without saying anything in particular, but it's like people are reaching for, I guess, labels for everything.
Yeah. And that's really
Like,
what it comes down to these days is for some reason everybody has to have a label of some sort. And if you don't agree with those labels, then you're a bad person. And I'm not just talking like I know everybody's going to be like this is strictly about like pronouns or something like that. It's not. Use whatever pronouns you want. I don't really care. It does not affect me. It's not just about that. It's more like everybody has to have some sort of label. If you don't have a label or you don't agree with labels that others have or others try to give you, then your only label is going to be that you're a bad person.
So on the topic of that, I promise what I'm gonna say. It's not gonna be like super hateful,
Cut here.
but huh?
Nothing.
But so for me, right? Like when it comes to the labels and your your stuff that you like identify with and shit, I don't care. Like I actually don't. And I know like people are gonna hear that and they're gonna take it the wrong way. Allow me to explain, Karen. Okay, put your purse down. I don't have a manager. Let's talk. Okay.
I am my manager.
Right. I I don't care in the sense of I don't care what you identify as because you're a human being at the end of the day, right? But if you look like a man or look like a female, my brain is wired to just assume, and I know assume. Oh, God, put the pitchforks down. Let's calm down.
Pitchforks
Chill.
out.
Yeah, put them down. So correct me because I'm telling you right now, if you come at me the wrong way, if you come at me sideways and it's like, well, you're a whatever. I don't even know the proper terms because I don't care enough to know them. But just be nice. Because some people really don't understand, and that's okay. And I think that we collectively as human beings need to just quit being so soft, man. Just stop. Just stop whining. If someone gets your pronoun wrong, I apologize. But it's your job to just say, hey, I identify as this, or hey, I prefer this. Okay, great. Don't be mean to them about it because that's when I'm gonna get canceled.
See, a lot of people, and nobody that like, a lot of the people that I personally associate with that are I was gonna say are something, but are that use different pronouns than what they may look like or sound like or whatever. They will just, politely be like, hey, they don't just like call you out. I'm stumbling over my words like crazy right now. It's pissing me off. Uh, but they'll talk to you and be like, hey, whatever, this is what I go by, or they'll shoot you a message. But a lot of people don't. It's really weird. Like, I get that you're upset by it, but what I don't get is why you can't just talk to somebody and correct them on it. I could understand getting upset and mean if somebody is like purposefully doing it after you've informed them. Like, if somebody slips up or whatever and does it, multiple times, like once after you inform them and then corrects themselves, I don't see why you would get upset at that. But if the first time it happens, you meet somebody and they call you the wrong thing without ever being told otherwise, and you throw a hissy fit over it,
Couldn't agree more.
that's on you. Like, I can't say that's on the other person because they weren't informed, they weren't told, they weren't asked to do anything. And I'm stuttering a whole lot because I'm trying very hard not to like say something wrong or
And that's another thing,
fuck something up.
Why should you walk on eggshells? Huh? Like that's my biggest issue with it, man. I hate. Look, I'm a bull in a fucking china shop. Okay, I don't for anybody. I don't care who it is. Not even my own daughter. I'm raising her to be. She's gonna grow into be a strong, independent woman. That's for damn sure. But like, I'm a bull in a china shop. If you don't tell me, I won't know, right? But I'm not gonna walk on eggshells for you. I'm not gonna word things. I like obviously I'm not gonna offend you because honestly, unless you do something wrong with me, I don't want to offend you. Now, if you bitch me out, that's when it gets fun because I'm the type of person that can argue, even though I know I already lost the argument. I just do it for fun.
Baku's the kind of person that'll argue to win the argument. Baku will argue to see how angry you'll get after he knows he's already lost. Like, he'll just start saying stupid shit. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I walk on eggshells because there are a lot of people in the world, and I don't want to offend anybody, and I definitely don't want to purposefully offend anybody, but I don't want to do so accidentally either. Like, I would rather have, like, I'm the kind of person that tries to be cool with everybody. Like, I don't want to pick sides. I never want to be in a position where I have to be like, I'm with this person, or I'm with that person, or, like, fuck this group of people, or fuck that group of people. Because I'm sure everybody has their own struggles, and I want to be supportive for everybody I can be. I want to be the person that's just there for everybody I can be there for. No matter what they believe, no matter what kind of person they might be. Obviously, there are some people who are on both sides that just take everything too far. And everybody knows
I can agree
what
with
I
that.
mean by both sides of anything. There are people that take it too far. And those are people that I can't get behind. Those
It's
are
just
people that
like
I can't support or whatever. There are people like that I just cannot see myself associating with. But everybody else, we're just normal people out here. Everybody who doesn't take things too far. We're just normal people, just trying to live our lives, do our things.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing too, right? Because like you go back to the Black Lives Matter controversy that everybody was so upset about. The thing with me is that it started affecting me realistically when innocent people were getting hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I believed in Black Lives Matter because of the simple fact that I think that all of them matter, but I wouldn't say that to someone who is trying to prove a point. You know what I mean? Because racism exists. It does. I hate it. Racism does exist, and I used to be a pretty terrible person when it came to that type of stuff. So it's just one of those things to where like there was the right people that did it the right way, and then there was the people that were rioting and hurting people, ruining people's lives because of who knows. Because I sure don't. I think that if you are doing something for a cause, whether it's the LGBTQ community, whether it's Black Lives Matter, if you're doing something that hurts other people, what's the cause even for? Like, why are you doing it? And you can't
I,
say because you're oppressed or because of something else. Like, there's something wrong there, I think, personally. Like, because hurting innocent people just doesn't fly with me. So,
I think I agree with you. While I agree with Black Lives Matter, uh, like you said, as a concept, um, the way a lot of people went about it was just wrong. I think a lot of people took it as an opportunity to loot those areas, and didn't care that much about the cause. They just took it as an opportunity to get stuff for material gain instead of, and that was shown in the way that not only did they, destroy people's businesses and stuff and people's livelihoods, but they did it indiscriminatorily. I think I said that wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say.
indiscriminately.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word. Like, it wasn't just white businesses that got looted or destroyed or whatever, which then you would be like, oh, okay, they were focusing, they're angry at the white people or whatever. They were focusing white people. But it was also black businesses and black homes and black livelihoods that got destroyed from that. I've seen countless videos of business owners from those areas while that was happening that they're like, this needs to stop. So while I agree with the concept, I don't agree with the way people went about it. Again, I think I agree. The movement, the ideas are right there. Black lives do matter, as do all lives. I will say I think all lives matter. But that is not saying all lives matter to me is not contradicting Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
That is
Yeah.
not contradictory. They are included together. Everybody's life matters. I don't care if you are the
they're synonymous with
scummiest
each other.
person. I don't care if you're the scummiest person in the earth, on the world, in the world, on the world, whatever. Your life still matters. You might spend it in prison
Unless you're a
behind
pedophile.
bars. Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go. I agree with that. But like, the way that it was gone about was just not great.
Me and Enno's been talking. What do you think about it, Kira? I apologize. We kind of took over there.
I think everyone should have the equal opportunity to have a happy, successful life, not being discriminated against, or, I've just, my opinion is that I guess it's not even an opinion, it's just a wish that everyone could just live in peace and solidarity, but that is so far from where everything is now that it's not possible, especially with like the generations that raised us and then our parents and stuff. Like they have ingrained so many terrible like ideologies into future generations, and it'll be like that for the next few centuries most likely before we make any progress, and that's even if the world's still fucking going.
I mean, let's be honest. I think our corner of the world is gonna fall apart. If it lasts as long as our lifetimes, it'll be kind of a miracle.
I think so. So I think personally it'll last through Emma's lifetime, but her kids and then her kids are fuck.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it happening. That's the timeline we're on now.
Our corner of the world, unless something drastically changes with how our country is currently being run.
Which, by the way, everybody listening, I'm not a political person.
I'm also not a political person. I don't
Okay.
follow every detail, so take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But with how it's being run right now, I don't think anybody can deny that our current president is not the soundest of mind.
Nah, bro, he's a mumble rapper.
Okay.
And that's
Anyways,
Kira's like, let's change this before we get
let's go back to the topic that we were originally talking about, the one that Little Man brought up. I think as far as why can't people have conversations without getting mad at each other, is it really just boils down to the fact that at the end of the day, yes, people can wrong you and it fucking sucks, but that is unfortunately just how life goes, and it should be, if someone genuinely upsets you, it should be handled in private. Like, hey, you did this and it bugged me, we can talk about it and I can express why it bugged me, like that kind of shit. But instead, nowadays, it's more, I'm gonna post this to the internet so this person gets absolutely fucking shit on. And then this person is put into a situation where, yes, what they might have done is wrong, or what they did was wrong. However, having people like doxing them or finding out where they work or live and get them fired from their jobs and shit, that's it. I feel like that's taking it a bit too far, because you're not gonna make someone want to change when you are threatening or fucking causing a big scene. It's just nothing's handled privately anymore, and I feel like a lot of it boils down to with how social media is today.
Yeah,
It's so prevalent in the world. The internet has fucking destroyed like actual social, you know, like people just aren't as social as they used to be. They can't just talk about things privately. It has to be, I'm gonna tell the whole internet, and then I'm gonna become famous, and then I'm gonna get,
yeah, the whole thing is everybody just looking for clout. I guess that's the right word, right? That's the word kids use these days. Everybody, whenever they get wronged in the slightest of way or anything like that, they have to go onto the internet. And the internet's been bad for many things. There are whole communities that didn't exist, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing. There are whole communities that exist now that didn't exist before because of the anonymous nature of the internet. You can go on the internet and say something anonymously without, if you're careful, you can, not get doxxed or have anybody even know it was you. So you can go on the internet and do that and then find like-minded people who then affirm what you believe or what you think, and now there's a community of people like that. Or you can spread your ideas, and now, a year later, nobody knows where that idea started. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But there's implications there for it to be bad. There is the possibility of that being bad. It's not inherently bad. It's just a possibility of being used as bad because, yeah, people aren't good people. I'm sorry.
Which that kind of leads me to the whole Nick Merckx thing that happened, right? So I agree and I disagree with how he handled things because I think he handled it wrong. First of all, he should have never put. It's kind of one of those things like you shouldn't, like, if you know you're gonna piss people off, why post it? It's kind of one of those things, especially with this whole platform. But anyway, so my opinion on that, right? Like, so I don't think the LGBTQ community should be suppressed from schools, but I think it should be held for like middle school, high school. I mean, the riot that happened was at an elementary school, I believe. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But
I'm
like
unsure if I'm being honest. I don't know.
But we already have school shootings to worry about. We don't need parents fighting each other over different beliefs. You know what I mean? And then there was the whole thing with the one guy or parent who was like reading a book that was in his child's elementary school that was talking about sexual things. And I don't agree with that. God, I'm gonna get canceled.
I mean, obviously every parent wants to be the one to have that talk with their child. I'm not a parent. As far as I know, Kira's not either. Baku, you are the only parent.
Yeah, and when it comes to my child, she knows. Like, that's the thing. Like, Emma knows that girls can like girls, guys can like guys, because she stood up for herself before. Because some little boy tried to tell her that, guys can't marry girls, vice versa. And Emma said, no, that's not true. So Emma's aware of it, right? She understands. But as parents, me and her mother should be the ones discussing that with her, because I don't trust other people. I apologize. I don't care if you're LGBTQ. If I don't know you, I don't trust you. It's kind of like a out of sight, out of mind thing for me. And this is strictly, talking as a parent. I will do everything right by my child. I won't turn her against anyone. I've taught her to love everybody, but also be like, kind of wary of people because you never know. And there's some things that I see that's like, why is that in a school, an elementary school? Like the one, and I know it's not all of them, so calm down, Karen. Okay, put your phone down. Put your phone down. Calm down. But there was like a dude in like spandex doing the splits in front of children. I don't agree with that. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't agree with that. Now, the other ones that I saw are really peaceful. You know, they're wearing nice clothes. They're having actual conversations with the children. I'm okay. I can understand that kind of. I'll make peace with that. But if I ever catch anyone doing the splits with their genitalia exposed or could be exposed, that's a fight. That's a fight we're having when you get outside, because that's just not okay with me. But I know not all of them are bad. Just take what I say with a grain of salt. I have a child. I would like to teach her. I'm teaching her properly. I think both of these boys know it best. I do everything right by my kid. I never yell at her. I teach her no means no. So it's my job to teach her those things. So please stop trying to like teach my child about it, because I will. And I mean that in a respectful way. I don't mean that disrespectfully. But I do think the way that Nick Merckx handled it was kind of bad, because then his little, his little negative part of his fan base, because everybody has it. You know, if we had a fan base, we'd have a negative side of it. I mean, it's just how it works.
They
just made everything worse.
Any group of people, there's always going to be those bad apples that make things worse.
And I'm not inherently defending Nick Merckx. Like I said, I think that his, he shouldn't have tweeted that.
All right, on to the next question that little man asked. Why can't people agree to disagree and still be cool with each other? I think we've kind of covered this a little bit. It's because the moment anybody thinks that, or anybody knows that you have an opinion that differs from their own, you're automatically the worst person to exist. It's just, I don't know why that's become the norm. It's very odd to me, because we can agree on a whole lot, but the moment we disagree on one thing, one issue, one anything, all of a sudden nothing that we agreed on matters, and I'm just a horrible person. Bless you, Baku. I can see you sneezing, even though you muted your mic. Yeah, it's just the way that I guess society has turned, that if you disagree with somebody, there's no way that you can be friends anymore. It's just that person's automatically a bad person. If you associate with that person, you're a bad person. And while there are things that I might agree with, like if you associate with, a certain type of person, and they're the certain type of person and still hang out with them or whatever, maybe I might think a little bit differently about you, but I'm not going to go out of my way and fight or argue with you. I'm just going to slightly distance myself from you. Like, if you're fucking friends with the leader of the fucking the leader of the KKK, I'm not going to be friends with you. I'm sorry. You know who that person is. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but
Google Adolf Hitler.
But like, yeah, if you're friends with somebody who like that, who's just like spews racism or whatever else all the time, and you know that's who that is, you know what kind of person they are, and you choose to hang out with them, I'm going to distance myself from you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to tell you that your friend's a bad person. I'm not going to do anything like that.
I will.
I'm going to distance myself from you and probably just cut you off. There's no... Because to me, I mean, Baku might argue with you, but to me, it's not worth the argument. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth it to me. I'm a very selfish person. If something doesn't affect me directly, I'm not going to get involved. It's not worth it for me. And I'm sure
And that's
there's
where we are different because I am an outspoken person. If I know, like for instance, well, so this is kind of different from me, but I had a guy who was my best friend for 17 years. We ended up not being friends for some petty shit. It was his fault, not mine. 100%. He stopped being friends with me. I found out that he was openly friends with someone who's on the child molestation list. And
that again is a reason.
and the only reason I didn't start something with him is because I'm so ingrained within his family. It would be me versus a family, which on paper sounds pretty fun, and I could probably win that argument. But you know, but usually no. I'll tell you you're an idiot to your face. I don't really care. If
I'm
I
just
believe
not-
something, I stand by my convictions. So
I'm not a confrontational person. I go out of my
you have
way
me.
to avoid confrontation. As you've witnessed, as Kira's witnessed, if I feel like I'm angry or upset, 95% of the time, I'll just leave and go do something else.
Unless it's me, because we argue.
We do argue. Me and you do argue. But you're probably one of the few people that I can just argue with and come back later.
You know
and be
why?
like, all right.
You know why? Because I'm not soft. Anything you say to me, whether it hurts or it doesn't, I'm gonna fucking fight back because it's just who I am as a person. And you guys are the only people that I listen to your side because I have so much love for you, and because I want to see the different side of things because sometimes I am wrong, and I'll admit it after we're done arguing. But until then, I'm gonna annoy the shit out of you, respectfully.
All right. Believe and support what they want without others causing a scene about it. I think we've already covered that as well. So that's all of Little Man's questions. Anybody else have a lighter topic to talk about? To end
Yes,
this
I
off?
do actually. It's very humbling and it was very cute, and I wish she was here to tell you about it. But Emma made a new friend last night. You know her very well, I know. Your girlfriend. They played Minecraft together. It was the most humbling shit I've ever seen.
I bet. It's probably fucking adorable. Played Minecraft together, huh? Just vanilla Minecraft, or were they playing
No, they're playing vanilla Minecraft, yeah.
vanilla Minecraft? That's cool. Kira, anything else you would like to add? What?
I really don't know.
You don't know? No more topics?
I feel bad because me and Inno talk.
We definitely talked a whole lot. Kira's over there being silent, like, nope, I'm not getting canceled today. Fuck you guys.
Don't worry, I'll get canceled before all of us. It's okay.
All right, I think that will end this very spicy and probably somewhat controversial episode of The Keep. Check in next week again for the next episode.